Good morning. I'm guessing that we're live. Yeah. Okay. I've got a little thing that tells me the broadcast is live. Yeah. Okay. So I think I've got a thing that's telling me the broadcast is live. Welcome everybody to the Northern Food and Drink Virtual Festival, and in particular to the Chef Demo Tent, where we have got 22 demonstrations for you over the next 2 days. There's been a real coming together of our hospitality mates, and it's a free to enter festival for everybody. But if you can find your way to donate a few quid to our industry charity, Hospitality Action, that's easy for you to say, Brian, Hospitality Action, then we'd really appreciate it. I think Craig's got a video to show us.
Ollie Hoyle, Catering Manager.
Peter Molar, doorman.
Ricardo Oliva, Concierge.
Ulrich Edwards, Concierge Assistant.
We've got you.
Linda Anderson, cafe owner.
Ioana Gheorghiu, junior sous chef.
Nuno Pinto, bartender.
Mark Black, head porter.
Andrea Demir, receptionist.
We've got you.
Aaron Dixon, apprentice chef.
Federica Pinna, pastry chef.
Sabino Mazzone, pastry chef.
Himari Bochkay, barista supervisor.
We've got you. Shom Maharjan, sushi head chef.
Mitchell Collier, duty manager.
Anna Grabczewska, public area cleaner.
Whatever you do in hospitality, isn't it good to know that someone's got your back in case anything goes wrong?
Brilliant, thank you, Craig. So we're here just to get together with our chef mates and our cooking mates, but also to try and raise a little bit of money for Hospitality Action. So different times for everybody. Want to bring in Baking Nanna and Rob and get things going in the kitchen. Morning, Nanna.
Morning. Hi, everyone.
Good to see you. And Rob.
And you too.
Morning.
So
how are you feeling today?
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. It's like we do live demos, but this is a totally different thing altogether. I'm not very technical, as you know, so hopefully we'll do okay. We're going to make a Victoria.
And Rob, how are you today, mate?
I'm fine, Craig.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
So we're going to make a Victoria.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't.
Okay, well, I'll let you crack on.
Sorry. It's quite an easy one. Well, we think it's quite easy, but there is quite a lot of people that are not sure how to do them. But we do like to pimp our Victoria sponges up, so we thought we'd share one with you this morning. And they always go down really well in the demo tents that we do. So Rob's going to mix it up for you, and then I'm going to decorate it. So I'll hand you over to Rob.
Okay, so as Jackie says, classic Victoria sponge. There's nothing easier to do, and there's nothing nicer to eat. All I do, there's different methods you can do it. A lot of people will have 4 eggs and they'll use 225 grams of everything else. What I do, I've weighed the eggs because the fresh eggs are big. So I use 260 grams of eggs, and I'm using the same quantity of caster sugar, stalk, and self-raising flour. So to start with, it's your sugar and your stalk in your bowl, and just cream them together. There's no need for any fancy machinery, you don't need it.
Looks like hard work, that, Rob.
Oh, I've got a KitchenAid sitting on the bench there, but I can mix it easier.
Rob's like the bionic man when it comes to mixing. Never seen anything like it. There we go.
I guess the trick is that stalk is at room temperature as well, so it's soft.
You can use it straight out of the fridge. It's the same straight out of it.
That's the best thing
so
about
a lot of
salt. You
people-
can use it straight away. You don't have to worry about getting it out at room temperature.
It makes
And
such
it's
a
a lot
light
better for your
cake.
cakes as well. We lost our sound. Oh, we're back again. Oh, I thought you'd lost us then.
I guess the thing with the eggs as well, with them being at room temperature, I was always told that gives you the best volume.
Yeah, I never
keep the eggs in the fridge.
Never put my eggs in the fridge.
No.
I don't
When
understand.
you buy them from a supermarket, you don't buy them out of a fridge. That's what a lot of people used to say.
Karen, yeah, you know what it's like, don't you, when it gets going?
And that's now light, it's fluffy, minimal effort.
Karen said, give it some welly, Rob. Yeah, Emma, you're right. You can't beat doing it by hand. I do a lot of baking with the kids, and it's always good to show them by hand. You've got to get the feel of things. I mean, I'm not saying I don't get my mixer out now, especially as I get older, but when I'm baking with the kids, I always do it by hand.
Yeah, once that's all
Do a
creamed
lot
up,
of-
start adding your eggs.
Rob's going rogue
So
today.
you-
No, he cracks his eggs into a bowl because he always says about it, don't you, Rob?
Tell us how you two got together then, because I know you were telling me yesterday, Jackie, but this baking community that you've got going.
Yeah, well, me and Rob met it must be about 6 or 7 years ago now. We met on another, like a baking community, and it shut down, and we started going to Cake and Bake Show together. And we both love Great British Bake Off, and one night I just thought, oh, it'd be good if we could get people to bake along with the challenges. So I messaged Rob, asked him what he thought, and said, should we see what people think? So we put a tweet out, and there's quite a few people that were interested. So we thought, oh, we'll have a go at it. So what we do is we, when British Bake Off's on, we follow the challenges, so the people get a chance to do the 3 challenges, and then when that's not on, me and Rob actually pick the challenges each week. It starts on a Tuesday morning, and they've got till the following Monday dinner time to bake whatever the challenge is. They take a picture of it with a little piece of paper with Twitter Bake Along on it, and the date and their name, and then we retweet it, and everybody looks at the bake. And then on Monday evening, me and Rob pick a star baker, and we usually send out a little prize. And we've been going for nearly 4 years. Is it 4 years this year, Rob? I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got a lovely little baking community going on now, and we get companies that sometimes get involved and they give a prize. If the companies don't do it, I usually get a little something and send that out to our star baker. And it's been really good because both me and Rob are both home bakers. That's what we are. And then it just went a bit mad after that, and we've ended up doing demos around the country, and we go to the kitchen social with Margella. We do the Manchester one, and we started doing the chef one with her, and I said to her, why don't you have a baking one? So we do a baking one as well now, so that's really good. Yeah, it's been a mad 4 years. Yeah. But like I said, the Bake Along, it's a gorgeous community because we've got people who are really newbies, and then we've got professionals, and we have people who are in the business, and they'll, if people ask questions, they need help, there's always someone around to help them. So it's really good for the newbies, that are just starting out with baking. And me as well. I've learned quite a few. I've learned to make bread. I've learned to do pastry, because I would always buy pastry before I started with the Bake Along. So it's really good. It's a good learning curve.
All right, there we go. That's the 4 eggs in. I know it looks a bit congealed. Don't worry about that. Once you start adding your flour, it will come together.
Lots of lovely comments coming in, people as well. Keep those coming. Nice to see you all here.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, you should come and have a go. We're on all the social media. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. So it's Rob Allen, and then it's I'm the Baking Nana. But if you use the hashtag, which is hashtag Twitter Bakealong, you will find us somewhere along the line, and you'll see exactly how we do it. We put a tweet out on a Tuesday morning to tell you what the challenge is, and then, like I said, you've got till the following Monday. At the moment, though, because of the way things are, we know it's hard for people to get certain things, so we're not putting challenges out at the moment. So it's a case of bake whatever you want. So if you bake something, put a hashtag Twitter Bakealong on it, tag me and Rob in it, and we'd love to see them all. So
if you want, like,
it's a really nice community, especially
different
and at
flavours.
the moment.
That's your basic cake mix. Once you put the basic cake mix, you can add all different flavours to it. Or you can omit some of the flour, add cocoa, make it a chocolate cake. And then all it does is a drop in consistency.
I always say it's always good to get a good Victoria sponge mix, because once you've got the basics of that, you can add loads of things to it and make quite a few different cakes. Like Rob said, you could add some lemon to the mix.
Divided between.
I put peanut
What I'm
butter
baking today,
in mine.
I'm doing 2 8-inch pans. Divide that mix there. The baking parchment in the bottom, and the outsides just a bit stock around there.
So, Rob, I was talking to Jackie yesterday, and she says, what should we say? You're quite particular the way you do things.
Yeah. Put it in the
little
bowl
brass.
Zero my scales, I know that's 992.
Oh, thank you, Karen. I must admit, I'm the same with Rob with this. We'll give you a little few tips with a Victoria sponge as well. So one of them is, when you've got your mix, weigh it out and then divide it between 2 pans, and you'll get a nice even sponge that way. And that's tip 1. Tip 2, when you take your sponge, well, we'll go for tip 2 with the oven heat, the heat of the oven. So in a lot of recipes, you'll see that when you do like cupcakes or Victoria sponge, they'll tell you to do it at about 180. Drop it down to 160 and give it an extra 10 or 15 minutes, and you'll get a nice flat sponge. You won't get the doming effect if you do it like that. Well worth it, and you'll see in a minute, we'll show you. And tip 3, when you first get your sponge out of the oven and you let it cool in the tin for a little bit, when you come to tip it out onto your baking cooler, get your sponge and get a tea towel, put it over the top of your sponge, and just press down for a few seconds. And that one thing will make a flat edge as well. And you're not cutting and wasting off your cake then. So there you go, 3 tips for you.
That's brilliant. I hate wastage. Brilliant.
I don't get the idea of that. What's the point of it? I mean, a lot of people go, oh, well, I make cake pops. Who wants to make cake pops? I'd rather have a nice sponge.
What's that? Are you saying life's too short to make cake pops?
Oh, do you know what? I've done it a couple of times with the kids, and I'm like, why? It's just, I just don't get it at all. Make a nice big dirty sponge, and I'm done with it. They look pretty, they look nice, but not for me. I'd rather have my whole sponge.
Sorry, we've got people watching from Australia.
Oh, wow, we're global.
And Claire Market Chef is watching as well.
Hi, Claire. We worked with Claire. Me and Claire made a little thing together, didn't we, darling? Last time we were at the kitchen social, because I made chocolate chip cookies and she, you did a sauce. Oh, that sauce was to die for. So we made like we put ice cream in it and everything. Oh, it was very nice. Very nice. So here's Rob doing his like.
Yeah. I expected to get a trowel out or something.
Wait,
you over that 1 degrees fan. Yeah, it's not quite at heat there. And they'll go into the oven for about 40 minutes.
Yeah, don't forget, everybody's oven's different. So if we say 40 minutes, 45 minutes, down to your oven. If you get just over halfway through your bake, you're quite all right to open your oven door. But so say we say 40, go for the 40. If it's not quite done, do the tester. If it comes out a bit wet, just put it on for an extra couple of minutes. Don't go too mad. Just do it a couple of minutes at a time. Everybody's oven's different.
I better do it a bit lower and cook it longer.
Yeah, definitely. Are you all done?
Right. Mine just about to go in the oven. And on my oven, the left-hand side has a bit of a hot spot. So I'm putting both in together.
Rob's just showing off because he's got a Neff oven.
That there. And set that for about 35 minutes. And then after that, we'll get it out and have a look at it.
Right, so I suppose it's my turn now. So you're going to miss my head, but that doesn't matter because it's all going on down here. So I'm hoping you can see that all right. So this is what we were telling you about the sponges. So if you cook them lower, on a lower setting, and do the thing with the tea towel, you'll get a nice flat sponge. I'm in off there. Yeah. So the one Rob's done here is a 4-egg mix, and Rob likes to weigh his eggs. I'm old school, and I just do the 4 eggs and 8 ounces of everything. But this one, I've gone for a 10-inch one. So I've doubled trying to get it into, there we go. So I've doubled the mixture, and we've got a 10-inch sponge. So like I said, we always like to pimp them up a little bit because we like things to look pretty, especially me. And you're lucky we're not in a real demo because you'll be covered in glitter by now, because that's what I like to do the most. So first of all, we're going to put some jam on.
What flavour jam do you prefer, Jackie?
Well, I've got strawberry now. But like I said, go with the flavour whatever you do in your cake. So if you're doing a lemon drizzle, do a lemon curd. I do a gingerbread one. And I put marmalade in the middle of that one, and that's really nice. So go with whatever flavour you're doing, really. This is quite traditional. Apart from, I'm going to use buttercream, only because it's a 10-inch cake, and if you use proper double cream, you're only going to get a couple of days out of it, and you're not always sure of you actually going through a big cake like this in a couple of days. So I'm going for buttercream today. So if you put this in the fridge, it'll last about 4 or 5 days. Not that it always lasts that long, but
I was going to say.
Before we go any further, we're going to talk buttercream. Right, I'm not making it live today, only because you really do need a hand mixer or a stand mixer to make decent buttercream, because you need to really get that butter, basically whip it till it's to the point of no more whipping. So say your butter's like a really yellow, you want it white by the time you're finished. I'm very controversial because I don't use butter, I use stock in mine. So it's not proper buttercream to a lot of people, but everyone likes it that I make it, so it's totally up to you. A decent buttercream is half butter or stock to double icing sugar. And what you'll need to do, like I said, put your butter in first, whisk it and whisk it and whisk it till as pale as you can get it. It'll be like a mousse texture by the time you're finished. And then for your icing sugar, I put it in 2 lots, and like I said, I always make a big bowl as well because I hate making it. So there's my buttercream. And like I said, I mean, if you're not happy using a piping bag, because I know a lot of, I used to be scared. I'm self-taught. I spent hours on YouTube trying to find out. If you're not happy, just put a layer of buttercream on. Doesn't really matter. Like I said, I love piping. So I'm using, if you can see, it's called an open star nozzle. Now this nozzle, right? I've got tins of nozzles, and this is mainly the only one that I use because you can do quite a few different things with it. So if you're going to treat yourself to a few piping bags and a nozzle, get yourself, well, this one's a closed star, but you can get an open star as well. Treat yourself to them too. If you've got them too, you're sorted. And get yourself decent piping bags. Yeah. The amount of times, well, I'll tell you, the other day I was doing something with chocolate and I picked up some cheap icing bags because I thought, oh, they'll be all right with chocolate. Put my chocolate in, started doing whatever I was doing, and the next thing I was just full of chocolate because it just burst everywhere. Don't overfill your icing bag neither, because you've got less control. So, see how much I've got there. Squirt your first little bit out. Now I'm going to show you, I'm hoping this will be able to see all right. This is called a pipe rosette. So it's like a reverse swirl. It always looks pretty. So you start in the middle, you pull it up, and you just go anti-clockwise. Yeah?
Jackie, can I ask you just to slide it to your left a little bit?
My left. That bit?
That's because we've got, your name banner was just blocking it. Brilliant, thank you.
Right. So it's into the middle, pull up, and just do a reverse swirl. I'll tell you a story about this. I'm left-handed, and like I said, I've taught myself, and this was one of the ones that I really wanted to do, and you'll see it all over my cakes. It took me months. I was nearly crying trying to figure this out. I honestly thought it was because I was left-handed. It turns out I was using the wrong nozzle. So eventually I got... You needed
a left-handed nozzle.
Well, there is such a thing. There is left-handed nozzles, isn't there? But you can actually do it with any, so it doesn't matter. It was the way I was doing it, I think. So, yeah, so you just go into the middle, pull up, swirl round. Just a nice way of making it look pretty. And keep making sure you tighten your bag as well, because if you don't tighten it, your buttercream will squirt all over the place. Now, if you're not as obsessed with me as a piping bag, you could just put a load of buttercream in the middle there, but I will actually do a few more swirls. Because I'm actually missing my piping bag, because I usually do a lot of cakes for presents and things, but because of what's going on, I'm not doing much at the moment, so I'm like, I'm so excited to get my piping bag out this morning. So sad, aren't I, really?
No, we were saying yesterday, I love piping.
It's so,
it's just therapeutic.
That's what I mean, yeah, you just go into a world of your own, don't you? And here's another tip for you. So when I was learning, what I did was, I made up a little bit of buttercream, and then I got a baking tray. So you get a baking tray and turn it upside down, yeah? And pipe on the top of it. Pipe on the top of that, and then you can just scrape it off. So you practice on that. And then if you put that buttercream in a tub in the fridge and put like mum's buttercream on it, that's your practice buttercream. You can just leave it in there. So when you've got a few spare minutes, just go and get it out and have a play. So there's our top. Right, now what you need to do is, if you're going to pipe like I am, you need to give your buttercream a base. Because if you just pipe rosettes on the top there, they'll just slide off. So this is what you call a crumb coat. So it's just like, it doesn't have to be anything special. Because
Jackie, I don't know if you've got a big enough table. Can you go slightly to your left again, if that's okay?
How's that?
That's it, just so we can... Brilliant, thank you.
Right, so this is called a crumb coat. and it doesn't have to be all fancy or anything. It's just, this is so your rosettes don't slide off.
Nothing worse.
And first time I did it, these are the things that you learn along the way, aren't they? Especially when you're doing it on your own. So we're just gonna do our rosettes again. I mean, I think this is nice for if you're having a garden party or something. Like I said, I do this a lot for birthdays. The iconic sponge into Victoria.
Yeah. Rob, are you still there?
He's not run
Can you
off.
hear me, Rob?
Hello?
Is this the way it works? You do all the hard graft and Jackie just comes and decorates it?
That's normally the case.
What can I say?
Stand and do all the mixing. And there's a Jackie, she comes in at all here with the piping bag.
I've actually taught Rob to do piping though, haven't I, Rob?
Yeah.
I have a video on my Twitter page. It was one of the first ones I did. And at the time, like I said, the last few years I've been a bit mad because before that I would never have my photo taken, I wouldn't be on videos, nothing. And then when we started doing all this, you've got no choice, have you? But before that, someone asked me for a piping video. So I thought, I don't really want to be on a video. So what I did was I showed them how to do it, but you could just see like down, you couldn't see my face. And as a joke, I actually titled it The Headless Baking Nanna. So if you go on Google and type that in, you will see me doing my piping videos. And it's funny because we were doing a demo one week and 1 year, and someone come up to me and said, I think someone's trying to pinch your name. And I said, why? And they said, there's someone on Google called the Headless Baking Nanna. I said, no, it's all right, it's me. There we go. And then we'll finish it off with a few strawberries. And it's my birthday tomorrow. Just thought I'd tell y'all. So this is going to be my
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So this is my birthday cake. But I don't like, even the size of me, I do not like cake. So when this is finished, it's going to go in the fridge for an hour. And then I'm going to cut it all up and I'm going to go and give it out to my family and friends for tomorrow. So they can enjoy it.
Magella says she wants cake.
If you were near a darling, you could have it. Just give it a sprinkle of icing sugar. And there you go.
So without giving your address away, where in the world are you both?
I'm in Manchester.
Yeah.
And I'm higher north. I'm nearby in Sunderland. About 7 miles out of Sunderland.
So when we're doing our demos, Rob usually comes down here and he stays here with me while we do our foodie festivals.
Fantastic. So we're saying this is the Northern Food and Drink Virtual Festival, and you two just epitomise it, don't you? Like Northeast and Northwest coming together to bake.
Yeah.
It's been nice to set it off as well. I'm so glad that we've been asked to be involved because it's really nice. And I think it's a really good idea because we're all sad that all the foodie festivals are all stopped this year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be all back next year. And who knows, this might be a real thing next year. You never know, do you?
You never know. I think in hospitality, I always say we're really good at finding solutions to things. You know, you'll never go into a restaurant or something and come away hungry. We'll always find a way forward. And I think
we noticed this with our because it's really mad because we thought, oh God, we're gonna have to stop for a while, you know, because obviously people can't get things. But you know what? Everybody's trying with different things and just doing the best they can. And I think it's really, really nice that, you know, it's that they've been able to carry it on. And it's nice to see that a lot of other people are joining in. And I'm doing lives on a Wednesday now with on my Facebook page with the little ones, because that's where I get my name from, Baking Nanna, because I've got 2 little grandchildren and bake with them. So I'm doing lives on a Wednesday afternoon, and it's nice to know that the mums and dads are getting involved in doing a bit of baking with the little ones, and they've never done it before, so they're enjoying it as well. So it's, as bad as it is, it's brought out a lot of nice things.
Then you can hear me.
No, you've gone. I've lost you.
At me, yeah.
I think we're back.
Reeves and Marcy with a big cake.
I'd take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great comments coming in. You've done a fantastic job. Rob, any more from you? Anything you want to add?
I've got that cake in the oven at the moment, and if I just get that for a second, swap that. And as you see, that's bacon there.
Oh, it's right.
You can catch that.
Yeah.
There you go. And just yesterday, there's a few there. I made a Nordic Ware lemon loaf. Cheese scones I've just made this morning when I'm getting up. Ginger snaps yesterday, and the bread buns were baked last night at 9 o'clock. So that'll all go for tea. And there was a couple of tarts left off the other day. And
I hope there's about 20 people in your house.
well, normally on a Sunday, they'll have lunch, dinner with us, and then they'll go home, and then they'll come back at tea time. I normally stand and bake all day on a Sunday after dinner, and they'll come back and we'll have a family tea together.
Yeah, it's all changed, hasn't it? They have to come and get it through the window now, don't they, Rob?
Yeah, doorstep.
Oh, I'm glad you like the tips. They are good. They're the things that go along, aren't they?
Tara, I agree. I mean, I've got the cookery school here, and I always say it's a way for me to carry on learning. I'm always learning off other people and other tutors.
You do, don't you? I mean, I'm surprised sometimes when they go, oh, I didn't even know that. So it just shows you what you can pass along, even these are the like smallest little things that make a difference. And like I said, if you're not having to waste your cake, that's one of the best ones, isn't it? We'll have to come and see you sometime.
Yeah, definitely. When we all get back together and get everything back going again.
Yeah,
guys, is there anything else you want to say, or shall we wind it up?
Just like to say thank you to everybody for joining us, and I hope we enjoyed what we did. And please, if you're baking and you're on social media, get that hashtag to bake along on. Tag me, tag Rob. Come and bake with us. We'd love you too. Thank you.
I think we've had 100 bakes this week or so far done.
Yeah, we had 150 last week, didn't we?
Yeah. So it goes great.
We'd love to see you. Thank you so much.
Interaction with other people.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us. We really enjoyed it.
Well, there's only me here, but I'm going to give you a round of applause for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant way to start and open up
the tomorrow. All the best to all the chefs.
Yeah, I agree.
The rest of the time.
And a happy birthday to yourself tomorrow.
We've warmed up the tent for you. My little unicorn slippers have, been happy here. First time I baked in a tent with unicorn slippers on, what can I say?
Tick that off the bucket list.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Guys, thank you. You've really warmed the tent up. It's got a nice cozy feel to it now. Normally we'd kind of have to clean down and reset, but we don't have to do that because we'll be sort of 22 different locations over the next 2 days. Chef Ian George is coming up at 10:30. Don't forget that you can move around the other tents. So you can go into the food tent and the drinks tent. We've got a hot topic stage. I think I went for a minute there. Yeah, so move around the other tent, the food tent, the hot topic stage as well. Next demonstration is going to be at 10:30 with Ian George. I'm going to go and grab a cup of tea. I will be back with you at midday with the fabulous, the legend that is Timothy Bilton. We've got some lighting issues, we've got some technical issues, but hey, look, we're live, we're up and running at the Virtual Food Festival. I will see you later.